Hello guys, I'm John and this is Unique Wargaming Terrain. Now, in the last video I showed you expanding foam. It was a prep video and we were looking at, I was taking a mickey out myself for these things, so I overfilled them and everything else. Now, there was two things I was going to experiment with these with. The first one, I'd look at it and I thought, no, it's not going to work. I was going to make some trees from it. I was going to think of a broccoli floret, yeah. I was going to try and carve that in the top there, but it's too much work. I then thought about getting some wiring, the same one I used on the barbed wire build, and put them in and then have, you know, flock coming off of it. And I said, no, it's going to be, that's too much flapping around, too much silliness. So I thought, why have trees when you can have mushrooms? Okay, this was the second thing I was going to make. So instead of trees, you can have giant mushrooms. Now, of course, I can cut this down so they're smaller in height, okay? So what I'm going to show you in this video is how to make your mushroom out of your expanding foam from the toilet roll. So guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Sit back and enjoy, because you're going to in for a nice little ride. If you're a regular here, welcome back guys. Sit back and enjoy. Again, we'll see you in a second. Right guys, I'm over here by the bin. So all I've done is scroll down one line and start peeling the cardboard off. Now, you can take as long as you want. You can actually probably put this in water to soak the cardboard off, because it's polystyrene, it's not going to do nothing. But get yourself a blade. And what you want to do is sort of bevel down a little bit, support this bit in your hand, the top part of it, yeah? Bevel down, just keep slicing away. Okay, you don't want to go too deep to get to the bottom, and then stop and just break it off. Okay, those bits are no good. I mean, you could find a use for them if you wanted to, but I'm not bothering them this time. Keep going. And what you want to do, this is the second piece I've taken off. What you want to do, let me see that, there's a line there, there's a line down there, and I'll cut again. So you want to keep going all the way around. And then what you do afterwards, you bevel just like this little line down. Okay, so you're making it smooth, because it's round anyway, but you want to make it smaller. So I'm going to crack on with this, and I'll come back to you when I finish that, guys. Right guys, so I'm giving it a little cut down all the way around, and then I just beveled the little line that was there, so try to make it as smooth as possible. And what you do then is you get yourself some fine grit sandpaper. Again, hold the top of it and just give it a little sand down, okay? Just to get rid of any bits and bobs coming around. Right, then what we do then is we go on to the top part, okay? Because at the moment it looks a bit weird, this bit. So it doesn't really matter with mushrooms and funguses, because they do grow in the most weirdest places, and they're a soft biomass, so when they hit something they'll mould to that shape. But we're going to cut that off. Right, so now what we're going to do, okay, we're going to cut down in here a little bit, okay, so we're going to cut in a little bit from this side, okay, and then cut from the top, just to try and get that little bit out. See that little nick I've made there, okay, okay, again, cut in again, cut down, and this is just defines the top of the mushroom. That's all that does. Of course, you can make filaments underneath and just sculpt it, or sculpt a mould or anything like that. Now these are very great for games of, you know, fantasy or Dungeons and Dragons or something like that. Or you can even play them against 40k, you know, Alien Worlds and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so there we are. Okay, so we're going to get fine grit sandpaper again, and just give underneath a little rub down. keep sanding and talking. I should talk first and then sand. Sorry guys. I need to give the top a little sand down. Doesn't have to be perfect, because I said mushrooms and funguses, they grow in weird ways. But just try and give it, need to give that little side a cut. There's a little bit hanging off the little knob on the side here. Doesn't matter too much of this, because what we're going to do is give it a very light coat of filler mix and then give it a sand down afterwards, but I'll show you that when it comes to the point. Helps when I drop it. Right, there we go. Again, I could cut this down and have it smaller if I wanted to. I might even do that and have different heights, but in a minute, that's looking good. See in a second. So we have our 3 mushrooms, okay? They look nice, they look really nice. Now we've got to decide how we're going to put them on a base. Now you can hot glue them to a base, you know, like a model base, and just have them so you can move them around wherever you want. That's, you know, a good way of doing it. Or we have something like this. Now this is from previous expanded foam. These would normally be turned into hills or cut out to be craters or, you know, whatever. Okay. If I use this, the beauty of this is I can put a bit of rod in there and pin them, and then filler mix the whole piece as one piece. And I can have some crazy angles like coming out like that. That looks a bit rude, but I can have some crazy angles coming out. But the thing is, it's in one place then. I mean, I'll probably go this way because it's quicker and easier for the video. I've got 2 more left. So what I might do is cut and shape these as well, and actually glue these on a model base. And you know, you guys can let me know what you think is better. So, back to it guys. I reviewed the footage and the last bit I've just shown you. It's okay, but I just looked and thought that looks a bit rude. I showed the wife and she laughed, said, no, it's a bit rude, you can't, you know, even though it's innocent, there's nothing, you know, no innuendos made or anything like that, come up with a better idea. So I said, okay. So I've based one of them anyway, okay, as we can see. Nice and easy, okay. And then I just cut a normal flat board, beveled the edges, and put these 2 on. All right, keep things innocent. So all I'm going to do now is filler mix the base and filler mix these, okay. But the mushroom itself, I'm going to give it a light filler mix. I see a few wispy bits still from the hot glue, but yeah, the mushrooms itself, I'm going to give it a light filler mix, and then leave it dry, give it a little sand down, but I'll show you that in a second. So I'll go back to it guys. Alright guys, so I've primed them, I've put some base colour on them. Now you look at them, you know, what the hell, don't panic. So when I primed them, I turned them upside down. I gave them some spray with the black underspray, so it run down there and gave me streaky effect. Now why did I do this? Because if you look closely at it, it's lighter and darker in different places. So when I put washes and dry brush, it's going to really make it pop really good. Now this is a green that I did. I mean, I looked at Google some pictures of some mushrooms and stuff, and there is a lot. So I decided I'm going to do one green, do one bluey purpley colour, and well, see how they turn out. I mean, when you're doing yours, you don't have to worry about colours. You can just paint whatever colours you want. But because I'm doing this and filming, I need to be very selective with what colours I use. You know, the older generation will know why. I'm going to go for some Devil in Mud first of all. I'm going to give this a little bit of a wash down the bottom of it. to take a bit of that lightness away. Right guys, now we have a nice little bit of wash on it. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to finish painting the blue one. I'm going to leave it to dry for a minute and I'll do some more colours onto it and I'll come back to you afterwards and probably show you both of them done. You don't need to sit and watch me paint every single second of it, yeah? See you in a second guys. Right guys, so this I'm going to dry brush this now, this blue one. It's not quite dry, okay, but that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm going to dry brush it with some Lothlorien blue. So my aim for dry brushing it, whilst it's still a little bit wet with the wash, is just to give it again different, you know, contrast, different light and dark effects here and there. And as I actually used what wash is it? Azure Men Blue. Oh, it's focusing. Focus in. No, it's not going to focus in. But that's a very old wash that I used from GW. I don't know what the equivalent is now, if they still do it now, I'm not sure. But sometimes the oldies are the goods, are the best. You still see the green. I gave that a Humble and Fresh wash, just to spruce it up a little bit. I'm actually giving the stalk a little flick of the blue here and there, just to make it stand up a little bit. You might be able to hear building work in the background. That's because I've got the door open with some natural light coming in, and they're doing some, I think it's actually a lawnmower, I'm not sure. But if you can, I apologise about that. Right. Now with the green one, I'm going to give it a dry brush with some Screaming Skull. Okay, just because I washed it down, it's a bit dark, so I said no, let me give it a bit of this. This stuff does some serious magic on some when you're making terrain. So never let me down before, let's give it a go. Just giving it a slight dry brush slash edge highlighter around the cup of the mushroom. Ironically, with that door open, natural light coming in, it's brighter, you can see everything. But you can't see details of this for some reason. So I'll give you pretty pictures afterwards as normal. Don't worry, no panic guys. Right, I'm gonna go off camera now. I'm gonna base them. Now I did put filler mix on the base. I was going to do my usual trick of burnt umber and then dry brush with some Still Legion drab, but I've decided, because I actually like the ash from the fire on it, on the terrain piece, the barbed wire build that I did. If you haven't seen that, go back and have a look. But it just looks more natural and looks better, and I actually prefer that, so that's what I'm going to do on these. So I'm going to go off camera, do that. You don't need to see me put PVA glue and do that. So I'm going to off camera, do that, and I'll be back to you in a second, guys. Right, here we are, guys. Now, I got a bit of sponge and done some red blobs on it. Now, if the red blobs look too much, chuck a comment below and let me know. Sometimes less is more, and I think I went a bit over the top with these. Let's come around this side, get a good height of it. Now, I'm running out of time before I go back to work. That's why I haven't put it down and put models with it and everything else. I'm going to put some clump foliage on here as well. Okay, wait for this to dry, put some clump foliage on and give it a spray, but I need to paint the edge of it black. I forgot about that when I was doing it. And same with this one, I just need to go around the base again because it's not taken fully. So, see you in a second, guys. So, it's that simple. Now, at the beginning of the video, I was talking about I was going to make some trees with them. I'm thinking of broccoli florets. And then I thought, no. I was inspired by something my little one done. And actually, I might give that a go. But I've got 2 bits left. So I'll try it with one. If it works, then I'll make the second one and film the second one. I'll show you guys how to do it. But making these a sound, and I was a little bit restricted with the colours I can use. But if I was making them not to put on the channel and show on the channel, just to make for someone or making to do a battle report with, I wouldn't care about the colours. I'd just do the colours that I want, regardless what it looks like. But yeah, this is pretty easy, pretty sound. The expanding foam is about €10 or so, maybe £10, $10. I don't know, but you might be able to get them from a pound shop or a dollar store or something like that. And it all depends on how many toilet rolls you have. So you could just make 20, 30 of them and just carve them, sculpt them, nice and easy. Now, out of the 2 of them, the one that's on the round base, that's okay. Not the base I'm on right now is okay, but I prefer it on the bigger base. Not because you've got more room to work on it, just it looks better on the bigger base. It looks like a clump of mushrooms. So for your games of AOS or Dungeons and Dragons, or even Alien Worlds on fantasy games, instead of forests, you can have mushrooms. You can even have mushrooms and forests next to each other. So if you like this video, guys, please hit the share, subscribe, notifications, and hit the like button for me, because this channel's growing. Thanks to all you guys. I appreciate all the love that you give me. So until next time, guys, take it easy.